you mentioned that like people don't care about clean ingredients or high performance. You know what? And you said that your avatar has changed a lot over the last 3 years. I guess let me ask two questions. One is how has that customer changed? And two is what makes I'm surprised that they don't care about clean ingredients. I always thought people cared, but why do you think that they don't? That it's just not a question you guys get asked in customer service. Like what gives you that impression?
Yeah, for clean, makeup and beauty are such a competitive space, right? There are so many brands, and there's also a lot of clean brands. There's a lot of kind of no makeup brands, but there are a lot of clean brands. So it's just not unique. It's such a sophisticated market, and there are so many competitors. So it just doesn't really set you apart. Probably 5 years ago, it probably was really novel and unique. But it feels like almost every new brand is clean.
So is it table stakes where you have to be clean, or it doesn't even matter if you are clean? Like I can be dirty for life.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think it depends kind of who your core target consumer is. Okay. I would say a lot more of the newer startups are clean. Okay. But there's a lot of really successful companies that aren't. Yeah.
And then how's your customer changed over time?
I think there was a thought that it would probably be younger, millennial, Gen Z. I don't really know where that insight came from, but that was kind of the target. And
probably the same people you fired to make your brand book.
Probably, I guess so. But I think, I hate to say like I told you so, but I was working on Bobby's, like she had like a supplement brand kind of that was like a fun thing before, and I was also running the ads for that, and I knew the people that those ads were going to. I saw all the comments. Like I think Bobby makes products that she feels like she needs, and skin is different at 60 years old that it is going to be at 30.
Sure.
So it definitely is more of a mature audience. And I also think it's what we've really leaned into the most lately. It's first of all, it's such a large market with addressable concerns, and they're not really being marketed to that well by most of the beauty companies. Most of the beauty companies, there's this like, anti-aging kind of like youth thing that they try to market. And, we try to take the stance of like pro-aging, like you obviously want to look better, but it's not trying to look younger. And that's a market with people that, really, really care and are passionate about these things, have some concerns that we think we can help with, and also have, disposable income as well.
Yeah. Okay. So it's women basically, you thought it would be young women. It's basically women over the age of 50 or something.
Yeah. And now it's like a problem. Like 80% of our meta spend goes to over 50. And no matter how hard we try to, not instead of, but in addition, target a younger audience, like we just can't seem to serve them well. It just always delivers to that older audience now.
Do you use like ASC? Do you use Advantage Plus Shopping and you're targeting? Okay, gotcha. And it's just going to old people.
Yeah, even with like creative, everyone's like, oh, creative is a targeting. Even with creative that has younger people, it just still
goes to older.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you, is creative, if you're targeting, if Facebook ends up serving to women over the age of 50, let's say, do women that look younger, or like, let's say they're in their 30s, does that creative work on women over the age of 50? Or do you have to end up sort of targeting with people who look like them?
That's a really good question. We try to do kind of a balance. We'll do a lot of like mashups that have multiple people, like Bobby and some other talent as well. So we do both. But yeah, I think if it's exclusively just younger people, no, because a lot of it is like we'll use models and stuff like that, and they're like, this is so not relatable, like anything's gonna look good on her, she's got perfect skin. So I do think you've got to show, you still want to be aspirational, but you got to show at least a realistic view of who your customer that you're trying to reach is.
Okay.